All right, all right. Welcome back, fellas. Oh, wait. I can't believe I forgot to pull up chat on my phone. Let me do that real quick. And here I am. I decided to bust out the VTuber model for the start of this instead of doing the usual. But yeah. Let me just pull up chat real quick. Let's see. Oh wait, I'm looking down again. Let's see, we have Henok, Postnut, Sotinar, Zombie Bomb, and Night Llama. Yeah, how are you guys all doing? Yeah, I really gotta find a higher place to put this. It's not gonna work. Nah, it's not gonna work. The nut, says Henok. The nut. Alrighty, before... Oh, I have an idea. Let's see, is it stable? No, it's surprisingly stable. Let's put my water right here by the ledge. There we go. Chat's at a decently high position. I'm good. It's cold and rainy. How have you been? I've been doing all right, Zombie Bomb. I've been doing all right. Let's see. So I'm just gonna send the link to people before we get started. Tonight's gonna be a bit of a shorter show. Mainly because I think this is like the last week where most people I know are still going to be on campus. So there's that. Scurvy is alive. And then just have to paste the link in a few places. No short stream, you evil orange. And I mean, I think the next week it's gonna be a regular show length. So there's that. But honestly, not too much to talk about. Tell you the truth, I don't have much on the itinerary for tonight. Okay, yep, posted there. And now I will post this to my Twitter, and we will get started. So tonight's show is gonna be a bit on the short side, but full of laughs nonetheless. Yeah, alrighty. Probably get started in about like a minute here. Okay. I'm also just kind of scrolling through a little bit too, getting things ready. I got my drink right here, my usual. I did have quite a bit to drink last night, I'll tell you the truth. But I'm basically almost done with my big final paper. I think I just have the citations left to do and there's not many that I have to write down. I wrote most of them down already. But yeah, that's basically it. Your life update from Scurvy. Also, I met a cute Latina chick today. I ain't complaining. Alrighty, let's get started. So, haven't busted out the old itinerary in a bit. Tonight on the ScurvyRum show, we're going to be going over some BlueSky cope. And then we're going to learn about the platform in depth from a Kiwi Farms thread. So it's kind of like our article. I put a question mark around it. And then it's sort of related. We have a Spoon's newest video, but I did see the complaints from said God of War director from a BlueSky screenshot. Or a screenshot of BlueSky. And then we don't have a cancellation, because the whole cancellation is, BlueSky. But we are going to take a look at some of the most unhinged liberals that are on that platform. So, without further ado, let me just put some more music on. For this, we're not gonna play the Silent Hill 2 OST. It's supposed to be a bit on the funnier side. So let me just turn it down a little bit. Got something from the Wario World OST. Alrighty, so let's just jump right into it. So we have this thread from Kiwi Farms, BlueSky, decentralized. Here, let me just have to turn down the volume again. Perfect. Decentralized Twitter alternative. And let me just move this back too. Leftist tranny hug box. Answer to Elon Musk's fascist takeover of X, formerly Twitter. Okay, let's get started. BlueSky is a decentralized open source social media app that is similar to X/Twitter. In fact, BlueSky was originally created in 2019 by former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey to be an initiative into researching the possibility of decentralizing Twitter. However, Jack Dorsey stepped down as Twitter CEO in 2021, and Elon Musk acquired Twitter in 2022, which resulted in the BlueSky initiative being severed from Twitter and evolving into a separate standalone app. When Elon Musk took control of Twitter, rebranded to X, and worked to overhaul the platform's censorship and biased moderation, many leftists, politicians, celebrities, influencers, trannies, lolcows, and other Twitter users who believed Musk had ruined Twitter decided to flock to BlueSky, hoping that it would grow and overtake Musk's X. Other unsavory groups, such as Pete-O-Fails, Zoo-O-Fails, Zoo-Sadists, Loli and Shota enjoyers would also migrate from Twitter to BlueSky. BlueSky equals blue cucks. You're right, Hanok. That's basically it. Or blue cry, as I saw somebody else say that. That was pretty funny. As BlueSky's user base pretty much consists of all the leftists and smug trannies that left Twitter due to Musk's alteration of Twitter moderation policies, the BlueSky app has ended up becoming an even bigger echo chamber and hug box with even stricter moderation to crush dissent. Oh my, like, have you guys seen the amount of, like, moderation that goes on in BlueSky? It's like, you can't say anything, past the right of Mao. You will get banned or censored or in some form. I know a lot of right-wing personalities made like a BlueSky account and they got banned. Instantly got banned. Null said, the Kiwi Farms founder, Null said, BlueSky is literally the worst and most censorious platform to ever exist. Functionally, BlueSky is very similar to Twitter, although more bare bones. In addition to missing several features of Twitter, the app's performance is also noticeably more sluggish. There are many times when the app's performance would chug and lag, likely due to it not being built to properly accommodate the user base, which was larger than anticipated. Skeets. God. Skeets. That's what they call posts over there? They call them skeets? Why call them skeets? Why? Posts on BlueSky are referred to as skeets, likely a portmanteau of sky and tweet, which is meant to parallel Twitter's names for posts. Tweets. Building off this term, the act of posting on BlueSky can be referred to as skeeting, akin to how the act of posting on Twitter is called tweeting. Amusingly, while likely not the invention of the creators, the term skeet is an already existing term that means to come or ejaculate, whose meaning was completely lost to them. Oh my god. I remember first reading this, I was laughing my ass off. I think I'm a little hungover for ball-busting laughter right now. Oh boy. Now then, given the fact that most BlueSky users are tranny coomers, using the term skeets doesn't seem to be much of an issue. Despite how retarded it looks, it also seems to be something that has developed naturally within the community as a result of decentralized naming decisions. Not everyone at BlueSky is happy with the term, as BlueSky's CEO, Lantian J. Grabber, has begged BlueSky users not to let skeets stick, suggesting the term scoots instead. Guys, please don't let skeets stick. The experiment in decentralized naming decision has resulted in the worst possible term. How about scoots? Can we bring back scoots? BlueSky OGs, help me out here. Remember scoots? The fuck is a scoot? Invite codes. When BlueSky was first launched in February 2023, it was an invite-only beta that required an invite code to register. Several prominent influencers and celebrities, including BreadTuber Twitch streamers, god damn it, so probably like Keffels or Vosh, Vosh, were given referral codes to share with their audience. As a result, these codes were kept within these leftist spheres, and resulted in BlueSky becoming a pro-tranny leftist hug box. In October 2022, a waitlist for an invite code was launched, but it could take months to obtain a code, making getting a code that was given out by an influencer or existing user who could also share a certain amount of codes per month the preferable method of getting into BlueSky. Despite this, during the invite-only period, some outsiders, oh wow, including Kiwi Farms users, I didn't catch that the first time, were able to obtain referral codes in order to access the platform. Another reason that people were hesitant to give out their codes is BlueSky's moderation would punish users for offenses committed by the people they invited, as the system would keep who was invited by who. Oh wow, that's retarded. I don't know if the reason why they were doing that was like we have an image to maintain. We have an image to maintain of a leftist hug box. Oh boy. And don't forget Hassan Piker, says Henok. I remember Scoops. Scoops is still a thing. Oh, hey Apple Eater, how's it going? On February 6th, 2024, the app would open up to the public, eliminating the need for invite codes. Keep this system in mind for later, as it would have a major impact on how the culture and moderation of the app are shaped. While BlueSky is now public, accounts still have the option to be made private and requires a sign-in with a BlueSky account in order to view them. That's the thing. That's kind of retarded. I understand, like, you know, like not being able to scroll down like everything if you don't have a Twitter account. I get that, and you're just kind of looking at like the post itself that, you know, was linked, but that's rather stupid. The whole sign-in required. I guess the pedophiles really don't want to be found out. With this in mind, if you're planning on following and observing certain accounts on BlueSky, you may want to have a lurker account. BlueSky would also create the AT protocol, Authenticated Transfer Protocol, also known as AT Proto, which is an open standard for decentralized social networking services. The AT protocol powers the BlueSky social network and aims to create a decentralized, interoperable, and scalable online ecosystem where users can retain, manage, and customize a single federated online identity across various online platforms and services. Developers are able to use it to develop their own social media applications. However, despite being open source, if you want to run your own personal data server, to join the networks, you'll need to join BlueSky's AT Protocol PDS admins Discord server. So much for being open source. I'm not one for you know, techno babble, but I do know that it's like, what's the point of having it be open source if you're gonna have some stupid restriction? Oh, hey Celestium, how's it hanging? So much for self-hosting and interoperability. Funding and management and site engagement. BlueSky mainly makes money from investors funding it, and not surprising. I have a feeling a lot of investors were looking to invest in the next Twitter because my Elon Musk is evil. Hello, playing some D&D. Thought I'd stop by and say hi and drop a sub. Thank you, Celestium. I know you're doing a D&D stream right now, and I know tonight's stream is gonna be a bit on the shorter side, so I'd probably send a link over to yours if you want me to. Henoch says small hat investors and liberal investors. Yep, the usual. BlueSky does not intend on making money through traditional advertising, like on Twitter, although it may introduce premium subscription features. Wait, but I thought they were complaining about like the verification system on X now when that whole buyout was going on. Because I remember like a bunch of like previous blue check marks are like, oh my god, we have to pay for verification now. And in my mind, it's like better than nothing. Though I will say, initially that verification system was kind of a mess. Until, especially when it came to like actual companies, they've since improved the verification system vastly. Same thing with politicians too. They have their own little check mark. Same with companies. And I know that's a process and a half to get one, but if you are a company and you verify that you are that company, it's that simple. No worries. Hope you're having a good night. Gonna run back. God bless you. And God bless you too, Celestium. Let's see. Let's read this a little. Oh, God. BlueSky is owned by its chief executive, Jay Grabber. I still can't get over that's his last name. It's Grabber. Members of staff, and is set up as a public benefit corporation in the U.S. It was originally conceived by Jack Dorsey, Twitter's co-founder and former CEO, while he still ran the company in 2019. Mr. Dorsey envisioned developing a decentralized social network that was not controlled by any one company. When Twitter was acquired by Mr. Musk in November 2022, he severed ties with the project. Months later, BlueSky announced that it was working on a... Okay, let's see where it's actually fun. We knew this already. In 2023, it raised $8 million from investors, and last month secured a further $15 million from the venture firm Blockchain Capital. I'm not familiar with that. BlueSky has said it does not intend to make money from traditional advertising, but it could attempt to make money by selling domain names to users or offering other subscription features. Okay. Let me just take a sip here. Although he was the one behind the original initiative, Jack Dorsey would end up leaving the BlueSky board on May 5th, 2024. And that doesn't matter. Let's get to the actual salt mine here, shall we? Oh yeah, despite the constant... this is actually kind of important. I didn't mean to skip past this. Despite the constant claim from BlueSky users that Twitter is dying due to Elon Musk's management, Twitter consistently pulls in millions more visits than BlueSky. Actually, this is kind of important. Now that I think about it, it's actually important. The reason why it's important largely has to do with, like, everybody is just doomsaying about X. Like, my own family has as well, but platform's doing pretty good. Twitter exodus. Twitter derangement syndrome. A large chunk of BlueSky users are former Twitter users who migrated to BlueSky due to disliking Elon Musk and his takeover of Twitter and how it is a far-right Nazi hate platform. A phenomenon that has been dubbed the Twitter exodus. This results in huge amounts of posts on BlueSky being nothing more than whining about how much better BlueSky is than Twitter, or how Twitter will die soon and BlueSky will reign supreme. The following posts are like this. Oh boy, let's get to the coping, people. Twitter is dead. Long live BlueSky.
Whoa, you may!
We can live without Twitter, but Twitter cannot live without us. It's as simple as that. then why are you dumbass bitches still on Twitter? I still talk to y'all, unfortunately. Mainly to get some reactions. It's viewer retainment. Oh, gotcha, Hanok. I just want to live longer than Twitter, says John Green, whoever that is. Oh, lordy. Stephen King, master of the horror novel, just quit Twitter. I heard this happened recently, but I'm still clapping. And stay off, Stephen King. I don't care. That's horrifying Twitter right now. No, everybody was cheering when Stephen King quit Twitter. Like, we don't like him. I don't give a shit about his political takes. I quit Twitter. 11 years, man. It really changed. Grew dark. You mean now that Twitter, for the most part, platforms free speech, with unfortunately some exceptions. I wonder why. He doesn't like that the leftist orthodoxy is finally getting challenged. That's what's happening with a bunch of these leftists that are leaving Twitter. It's like they don't know how to actually confront right-wing viewpoints because they've had the dominance in the culture for so long, and now that it's slipping away from them because leftists went too much on the degenerate side. It's like and also they're very much brainwashed. They don't know how to handle it. It short circuits them. It really does. Like the interactions that I've had with leftists on Twitter, it's like they don't know how to argue for shit. They really don't. Brianna Wu. Oh god, fucking hell, Brianna Wu. God damn it, I can't stand that guy. And yes, he's a man. I think something real is happening. People are finally leaving Twitter. Boy. Let's see. X account deactivations. Oh wow, 120,000. Wow, that's so bad. Twitter's totally dying, guys. BlueSky's gonna take it over. Let's see. Love seeing all the posts about people leaving Twitter. While I did months ago, I have been happier since. No, bitch. You just wanna be in your own fucking hug box. Reality's not like that. You're gonna be encountering people with different viewpoints. Shocker! So pleased to know I've done the right thing by leaving Musk's awful Twitter to use this amazing platform. So fed up with the vile far-right bio and misinformation always. Now he's so closely allied to Trump to say no more. My god, there's things you could be critical of Elon Musk over, but, and same thing with Trump, but my god, these people suffer from Trump derangement syndrome, Elon derangement syndrome, and Twitter derangement syndrome. That's all they're talking about on this hug box. That's all they're talking about. Good grief. Okay. Leaving Twitter is like leaving Tumblr because I'm gone for good, but I might log in / reactivate to see my porn every once in a while.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
Oh my god. They're not beating the Gooner allegations with this one. Leaving Twitter for this platform gave me a new belief in humans. I can see now it's that song. Fuck Trump and fuck Trump and his Morans. Oh, what is a moran? You mean moron? The A key is very far from the O key, Marty. It's very far. Now let's see what this one has to say. I don't care if you could turn off the AI scrapping. I'm still leaving Twitter. I could actually do that voice kind of well. The migration has begun. The only ads I've seen in weeks were for right-wing nuts. The advertisers have also left, even though X's main form of revenue is subscriptions, not necessarily advertisements. Twitter has been pushing people to pay for the service. Instead, we're leaving. It looks like Musk has successfully killed Twitter. Like Trump, whatever he touches turns into crap. The orange man is hurting the fragile psyche of the soy jacks. But also, what people don't understand about, okay, let me back this up for a second. A lot of the people that were just getting their panties in a twist, over Grok, you could turn off Grok! Like, you could turn off that, AI scraping thing. You could do that. It's not a problem. I want Grok to be a based AI, so I'm gonna let it scan my tweets. I want it to learn what I know. But these people are like, oh my god, my personal data. But it's like, it's an opt-in or opt-out system. You could opt out if you want. No skin off Elon's back. I actually found my first MAGA to block last night. There's their skeet stated, too many people leaving Twitter. Time to come to BlueSky and destroy some libs. Did this happen? I think this didn't happen. I think this is another one of those fake stories that leftists always love to make up. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. These are just a bunch of leftists who are just lying, as always. Alongside constant posts about how Twitter has gone to shit and everyone is leaving it, BlueSky users also like to huff their own farts and boast about how they have the best social media platform in existence, and remind you constantly about how much better BlueSky is than Twitter. I don't care about the circle jerk of people, saying BlueSky is the best. The invite-only code system is a reason behind the sense of superiority and entitlement, as BlueSky users seem to believe they're part of some exclusive club that Nazi Twitter chuds aren't invited to. So many posts on BlueSky are related to how bad Twitter is, or how everyone is leaving, to the point that one could say the majority of BlueSky is suffering from Twitter derangement syndrome. Another thing to consider is how many of these people taking part in the Great Twitter Exodus proclaim they are leaving Twitter for good, only to return shortly after because they're not getting the engagement they want out of BlueSky's hug box. I'm telling you, every Twitter alternative that came out, I think with the exception of Parler, it's like, Mastodon, nobody uses it. BlueSky is going to be going the same way. And also, BlueSky actually has quite the problem with CP, to put it in YouTube-friendly terms. Just like Mastodon. But they all somehow come crawling back to Twitter. Probably because they have a humiliation fetish. Okay, moderation. Okay, this is actually probably one of the most crucial parts of this thread. Aside from all the coping, BlueSky is even more tyrannical than old Twitter was. Like, easily. But at the same time, they also allow a lot more degenerate shit on there too. The moderation on BlueSky is like pre-Musk Twitter amplified tenfold, allowing for no dissent against leftist tranny dogma, which often results in banning and shadow banning. Rather than having a dedicated mod team, a lot of BlueSky moderation is either automated or based on reporting with practically no appeal process, or relies on community policing instead. As the community is already an extremely insulated hug box full of censorious troons, this often causes purity spirals, petty drama and infighting as these power-hungry trannies turn on their own and devour each other. Well, yeah, that is kind of leftist dogma at this point. The non-stop purity spirals. You do see them on the right sometimes, but not as often. I don't really see this, like, as often, like, on right-wing circles. And even then, the spiral will stop. Unless you somehow stumble into Groyper Twitter. Oh, God. Yeah, that place is a hellhole. Sorry. The first set of rules appear to be the standard do not break the law rules. Alrighty. Yeah, that's pretty normal stuff. The second set of rules is related to treating others with respect. These are basically the hate speech rules that Elon Musk did away with on Twitter, where if you misgender a troon on a BlueSky account, you'll be banned. Let's read these rules, shall we? For example, no harassment or abuse directed at a specific person or group, including but not limited to S3 actual harassment and gender identity-based harassment. Promoting hate or extremist content or extremist conduct that targets people or groups based on their race, gender, religion, ethnicity, nationality, disability, or sexual orientation. Yeah, this totally applies to straight white males too. Totally. They're gonna be pretty fair and consistent with that rule. Threats of violence or physical harm or content that encourages, promotes, or glorifies violence against people, groups, or animals. Encouraging, okay, that's fine, encouraging self-harm. Depictions of excessive violence, gore, torture, dismemberment, or non-consensual sexual activity. Misleading impersonation. Oh, that's my thing right now. How are they combating impersonation of individuals? Because I know Twitter is currently dealing with that problem. I don't think BlueSky is actually dealing with it at all. Raisin, how's it going? Get in the fucking blender. Okay. Developers using BlueSky's AT protocol are allowed to establish their own community guidelines. Follow the standards. Okay, that's fair. BlueSky's reporting guide. So right now, Raisin, we're basically reading a Kiwi Farms thread about the BlueSky app. BlueSky's reporting guidelines, which basically encourages snitching on people to the moderation team. Oh, marmalade. Just kind of glazing through these. BlueSky even has guidelines for how to label content, likely to ensure you don't trigger trannies. This raises the question of why BlueSky's moderation. This raises the question of why BlueSky's moderation is the way it is. Okay, that's a bit of a typo. Well, remember the invite-only system. Remember the invite-only system when the app was still in beta? The first 10,000 users on BlueSky were a bunch of insufferable trannies, as they were the main people that were given invite codes and distributing them. These original 10,000 troons ensured that only other troons, chasers, and enablers would be invited by gatekeeping who got invite codes. The app being invite-only also gave these original users a massive sense of entitlement and superiority, as if they were part of an exclusive account that those simpleton chud Nazi peons over on Twitter weren't allowed in. As a consequence of this, the core user base of BlueSky is a bunch of entitled totalitarian trannies that are quick to report anything that mildly bothers them, while simultaneously believing they are above all rules simply because they're trannies, which has resulted in the app becoming a massive tranny hugbox echo chamber. Oh, of course, this type of behavior from a tranny isn't surprising. I've interacted with, unfortunately, many of them on Twitter, and they drive me nuts. They are very stupid and very delusional people, and, well, very retarded as well. They are legitimately double-digit IQ. But the issue is more that BlueSky in particular enables this behavior far more than other platforms. The core user base is so toxic and unwelcoming that 6% of new accounts end up deleting their accounts because they can't fucking stand how insufferable the power-hungry trannies are and are unable to gain traction or go against this app's culture. Blocking is widely used on the platform. Oh. Why is that surprising? I said this before on stream, but the motto of the modern progressive is literally censor, block, and ban. 42.53% of users blocking someone, while 48.4% of users have been blocked by at least one other account. Such an open and welcoming community. Then also, something else too, BlueSky has something called block lists. Like, there's just a list of accounts. So if somebody is like a conservative, or maybe it's just like a, okay, let me gather my thoughts. Basically, BlueSky like categorizes like certain accounts in, well, categories, and you could just press block on that list, and you block a whole bunch of people. It's nutty. Gotta maintain the hive at all costs. Okay. It should also be noted that despite claims about how nice the community is for all the quote-unquote like-minded people within it, BlueSky's users are so intolerant of one another that they are reporting each other to BlueSky commissars at a rate of 3,000 reports per hour.
Whoa, you made!
Oh, lordy, let's take a look at this. It's this tweet right here. In the past 24 hours, we have received more than 42,000 reports. 42,000 reports, an all-time high for one day. We're receiving about 3,000 reports per hour. To put that into context, in all of 2023, we received 360k reports. We are triaging this large queue, so most of the harmful content, such as CSAM, is removed quickly. I told you that BlueSky has a problem with that. Just like Mastodon before it. There's also a clear bias in BlueSky moderation that is heavily skewered in favor of leftist trannies. For example, here are some turf posts that were flagged for intolerance. While these posts from trannies inciting violence are totally fine. Oh, anti-toxicity features. In order to combat toxicity, which BlueSky defines as harassment, dunking? What? New anti-toxicity features have been introduced to the app to make it an even bigger tranny hug box. The following are some of the new anti-toxicity features that BlueSky has implemented. Let's take a look. We have detaching quote posts. Why? Hiding replies. Priority notification filters. Anything else? Changes to how replies show in timelines. Huh. Applying blocks to lists. BlueSky has 3 kinds of lists: starter packs, curational user lists, and moderation lists. Now, when you block the creator of a starter pack or a curational user list, you'll be filtered out of any lists they create. Blocks still have no effect on moderation lists because that would defeat their purpose. Huh. Oh boy. That is Mondu. Theosmo. Adult, okay, that's fine. Adult content, sexually suggestive, non-sexual nudity, all that. Lord Fenord, what's up, DMT man? How's life going? It's going well. But look at all this shit. That's crazy. Let's go down this list. Like all this stuff right here, perfectly acceptable. That's fine. That's fine. Sensitive content. Oh boy. Extremist. It's not gonna be. They're not gonna be filtered. You know, it's only gonna be right-wing extremism that's blocked. Left-wing extremism, that's A-okay. Watching any college football. Me, I don't think I have been as of late. Intolerance, threats, rude, illicit. Look at all. Okay, that's fine. Unsafe links. That's fine. Misinformation. Engagement farming. Oh my god. That's so nutty. Yes, that's right. There's an option to have a warning for rude posts. The jokes write themselves. You know what? You know what? I might be a Pete-O, but at least I'm not rude. Good grief. So, people living in echo chambers on Twitter left to live in another echo chamber on BlueSky. Basically, it's an even greater autistic tranny hug box. Trust and safety. Oh, I have a feeling this is like the old Twitter Trust and Safety Council. That went extraordinarily well. I'm being sarcastic, of course. Good grief. Okay, what is this starter packs? Starter packs are a curated list of users. While starter packs are mainly used to help find users with similar interests and follow all of them with a single click, users also have the option to block every user in a starter pack list, making it function as another moderation tool. Another notable example of a starter pack is BlueSky Sensitivity Consultant's starter pack, which is essentially just a bunch of trannies LARPing as BlueSky Jannies that you could follow to help keep you quote-unquote safe. And I'd advise if you're younger than 18, yeah, don't join BlueSky. Or Twitter. Or social media, period. They don't have any real moderation power. They just mass report posts they don't like. Ah, so report brigading. That's lovely. Very open and welcomed. Another block list. Another tool that BlueSky has in order to make blocking accounts easier is the ability to create curated block or moderation lists that can be shared to the community. Users can subscribe to these lists to have all accounts within them either blocked or muted all at once. The following are some examples of BlueSky block lists. Let's take a look. Right-wing propaganda and their followers. Wow, that's an accurate image of right-wing ideology. The fucking swastika. Arrogant jerks and lousy trolls. What? People leading sad, meaningless lives, being jerks to everybody just to feel something. That sounds like a projection right there. You know, good old iron law woke projection. Transphobes and homophobes. Intolerant assholes jealous of other people's happiness. No, we're not. No, we're not. We just don't like degenerates. MAGA. Oh, boy. Content scrapers. There's even a dedicated Kiwi Farms block list that was created by Liz Fong Jones. Oh boy, that troon. As part of his endless harassment campaign. End harassment campaign. Oh, this is interesting. Kiwi Farms paranoia / Kiwi Farms derangement syndrome. Liz Fong Jones's Kiwi Farms block list is the result of BlueSky users developing a paranoid belief that they are being infiltrated and stalked by Kiwi Farms trolls, which can be called Kiwi Farms paranoia or Kiwi Farms derangement syndrome. These users freak out at any account that has a slight affiliation with the forum and express their concern and worry about what will happen to them if the farms is allowed to continue existing. They also read this thread and claim that Kiwis observing their behavior and laughing at them is actually targeted trolling ops against them. The following are some posts which are an example of this. Oh, so these people are also completely fucking paranoid too? Of course they are. They're leftists. They're paranoid about things that they really shouldn't be paranoid over. Yeah, we're gonna scroll past this. BlueSky's Kiwi Farms paranoia has even produced some Kiwi Farms fan art. My god. Consent accident. One of the most notorious things that Liz Fong Jones is known for is the self-admitted act of grape, which he refers to as a consent accident. What? What? Oh my god. Which is archived before he deleted it. No, we are not going to be reading this. We are not. I don't want to hear... I don't want to read about a tranny grapist. Due to Liz's high standard and influence at BlueSky, the term consent accident has become completely verboten. One of the quickest ways to get banned on BlueSky is to either post the term consent accident or post the archive of Liz's consent accident tweets. The following is an example of an account that got banned after about a day for merely making a single post mentioning the consent accident. Aegis. Aegis is a controversial opt-in blocklist moderation service for BlueSky that was created by Lorelei Bailey, a notorious troon grapist that's widely hated by other troons. Wow. Aegis is another example that highlights the issues with BlueSky's community policing. For those who opted into Aegis, it would label accounts and tag posts that it deemed problematic. The following are some examples of how Aegis tags and labels looked and worked. You're right, Raisin, that this place is hell. Wow. If Aegis was criticized, a user would be labeled as a troll, then they would automatically be blocked, cutting them off a large portion of the community. These issues with the Aegis service, combined with the controversy surrounding Lorelei Bailey, would result Aegis shutting down on June 22nd, 2024. As a result, Aegis and Lorelei Bailey's existing reputation as a power-hungry tranny grapist, known for making countless alt accounts and spending all his time trying to worm his way into positions of power in various troon social media communities. Lorelei has... fucking course his name is Lorelei, has become something of a boogeyman on BlueSky. Many BlueSky trannies have become paranoid and even accuse each other of being Lorelei socks. The paranoia is also applied to themselves, because of course they are. Having your hormones out of whack tends to do that, or reduce that kind of paranoia. The following examples are of BlueSky posts related to Lorelei Bailey and Aegis. Oh, we're getting into the good stuff now. Following Donald Trump's resounding victory over Kamala Harris in the 2024 U.S. presidential election, the users of BlueSky would have a massive meltdown with tons of coping, seething, and malding. The following is several examples from the BlueSky 2024 election meltdown from May Bunny Peterson. If you're freaking out about the election, please read this. Your emotions make sense. It's okay to feel them. It's traumatizing to continually have your body, freedom, and safety subjects to the agenda of people and systems with vastly more power than you. For now, just breathe. Oh boy. It's tough to be working on a game that's about traveling, meeting new cultures, tearing down prejudice, and connecting the world, only to see everything that's happening in the real world. And we haven't been able to talk about our internal struggles beyond that. It's hard to keep a smiling face. Let's take a look at this vast overreaction, if it will load. President is a woman. Everyone fucking dies! Just insane shit. We have a whole dedicated segment to looking at just this shit alone. Oh, if Trump wins, I might genuinely off myself, says the Troon. Not beating the 41% allegations with this one, are we? Oh god. Oh god. Oh, we're getting into some dark subject matter now. Maps or minor attracted persons.
Ew. Ew.
Are a group made up of people who think being attracted to children is a totally normal thing and campaign for attraction to children to be accepted. They like to style themselves as quote-unquote virtuous pedophiles. Oh, that's such an oxymoron right there. Several maps have migrated to BlueSky, proudly announcing their status as well. The following are some examples of map posts on BlueSky. I'm probably gonna be reading some of these. Grr, those aren't maps, they're pedos. You can't fool me. I mean, it's in the name. Yeah, no one is trying to hide that. Then why? I hate these people. I genuinely hate these people. Oh god. Protect and support. Fucking course a pedo is saying this. Protect and support trans children. Protect and support children with paraphilias. A sane person is saying, don't talk to children about paraphilias. And then some other faggot is like, I do though. Oh, that's so gross. Oh god. We're just going into the depths of hell, aren't we, people? BlueSky. Oh boy. Zoophiles are disgusting individuals who want to have sex with animals and believe that animals can consent to sex with humans. They will often identify themselves on social media with the Greek letter zeta beside their name or in their bio. These people are on... That's the thing. These people are on Twitter too, unfortunately. They really should be far away from any animal. Several zoophiles migrated from Twitter to BlueSky and have even dubbed their own internal BlueSky community as ZooSky. Ugh. Ugh. That's gross.
What the hell is this?
We're not reading this. Oh boy! Drug trafficking! And they say that's not allowed on BlueSky. We're so fucked, aren't we? From the recent shutdowns of several DIY HRT vendors to Donald Trump winning the 2024 US presidential election, alongside the looming threat of Project 2025, the future for many Troons is looking rather grim. While they will likely get kicked off places like Twitter or Reddit, DIY HRT vendors have been establishing themselves on BlueSky, which is far more welcoming to them. Okay, we're almost done here. Ah, I see. So the party is getting involved in raiding now. Oh boy. Soyjack.party is an image. It is an image board site comprised of former QA users that enjoy raiding other sites. On September 4th, 2024, the Soy board on the party would create a thread in order to raid BlueSky. The Shardy raid would not only illustrate how dead BlueSky was, but it would also expose how terrible the app security was. It was discovered that BlueSky accounts could be created without any email verification. I repeat, making an account doesn't require any form of email verification. You could literally write anything for the email. Go fucking crazy. This site sucks. Animal pills should be punishable by sending them to a bear habitat. Oh no, but they'd like that though. Especially the women. They want to be with the bear. This oversight likely stems from the platform's time as invite only, as the user base and developers likely believed that invite codes would prevent any future raid. Although when BlueSky finally went public, they appeared to have forgot about this being a potential issue. The lack of email verification made it easy for Soyjack Party to raid and spam BlueSky once it went public. Memes about BlueSky users were also made. Freelance writer, academic, anti-fascism, authoritarianism, modern propaganda, weaponized, unreality whisperer on the dystopia boat. Oh, wow. That's doxing information. Scrolling past. Okay. Naturally, the raid was able to extract a massive amount of salt and caused all the commie pedo troons on BlueSky to cope, seethe, and dilate, as BlueSky relied more on reporting and community policing instead of having dedicated mods and proper anti-spam, anti-bot security measures. The raided BlueSky users were only able to report the incoming Shardy invaders and impotently whine about it in posts. Scroll down. Locales on BlueSky. Oh god, I hope this is not going to be anything NSFW. Okay, so... Okay, never mind. It's nothing NSFW. Let's take a look at some of the locales that are on here. I know Chris still uses Twitter. So we have Christian Weston Chandler. We have Lucas, you know, Keffels. I hate that guy. Tipster, you know, Keffels simp. Oh wow, fun fact, at one point Lucas was one of the most blocked users on BlueSky. Wow. Let's see. Fun fact, despite white knighting hard for Lucas and tranny chasing him to the extreme, Lucas actually blocked Tipster on BlueSky. Huh. Bo Blacks. I know he's a bit of a lolcow these days. Okay, I was designing things in Tinkercad, but this is too distracting. You have my attention. Patrick S. Tomlinson. Oh boy, Kevin Gives. Hell of a rabbit hole if you want to go down that one. Liz Fong Jones, went over that. He also runs the N-Networked Harassment BlueSky account, which is Liz's rebranding of Keffel's failed hashtag Drop Kiwi Farms campaign. John Walker Flint. John is one of the most top 5 blocked accounts on BlueSky. I don't know who this is. Movie Bob! Movie Bob, of course, is on BlueSky. We should... I think next week's stream is going to be about lolcows. And my god, Movie Bob is one of the most prolific ones there is. I don't know who Jackie Singh is. I don't know who this guy is, but probably a faggot. It's a Troon VTuber. So that's basically the thread. Let's pause this. Let's pause the music. That was basically that thread. Let's get on to our next segment. Let's see. Just have to do. And there we go. So, actually, let me just refill my drink real quick, and then we'll get properly started. Yep, alrighty. I am back. So, okay. VTube Studio working. Yep. It's working. Alrighty. So we have a new video. So we have the Aristocratic Utensils latest video. It is related to what we're talking about. So let's get started.
Ah, yes. You know, every so often we have to take a break from the serious and engage in a bit of shit posting, especially when someone goes absolutely insane for all the world to see. Fun times. And so this debacle was shared to me on X between Vara Dark, entertainment commentator, gaming streamer, and David, I don't know how to pronounce his surname. I don't care to know either.
Jaffe?
I'm just going to call him Jaffa Cake, because that's what I keep thinking about every time I see his name. So from what
I do know that, this guy and a few other, game developers who are like, the gamers are bad, do have a BlueSky account, and their posts are nothing but just giant amounts of copium.
I know about him, he's most known for directing Twisted Metal and God of War. So he's past his prime relic trying to retain relevancy by clinging on to past glories. I wonder who else it could possibly be reminding me of. And a few days ago, during a live stream, he gave the most pitiful, cliched game dev take on the tanking failure that is Dragon Age the Veilguard, that no doubt irked the crowd of usuals who make this type of content their bread and butter, and apparently got into a scuffle with Vara. So let's see what he said.
When you say that the gaming community ruined this game's success, I mean, you know, I don't think that's entirely fair, but I think there is a lot of truth to it.
Not really fair, but mostly true. I'll take wank that makes no sense for 500, Bob. Always a very wise move to insult the consumers, isn't it? You do realize the only way a gaming community can render a game bad is if they don't play it because it's arse. Apparently this is news to Jaffa Cake.
Really, at this point, all that gaming community that you're talking about has done is they've made it so they've actually made games worse, which is what they say they're trying to not do.
In case you're...
What? That makes no sense. Like, I know he's playing a video game right now, so, you know, he's not going to be making the most coherent points. I know when you're focused on something, you're not going to be making the best arguments. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that. But other than that, well, let's go back. Let's actually go back.
Community that you're...
Apparently this is news to Jaffa Cake.
Really, at this point, all that gaming community that you're talking about has done is they've made it so they've actually made games worse, which is what they say they're trying to not do.
In case you're...
Okay, but how are people calling out just how bad Dragon Age the Veilguard is, making games worse?
Wondering, no, he's not going to elaborate on what any of that even means by any stretch of the imagination.
And thanks for doing my homework, Spoon.
Did you really expect him to?
Because they have the charismatic grifters that make the videos that for whatever reason people...
He's not going to define grifter.
...respond to. People who haven't actually played a game played this game will hate it just because they're sort of told to hate it.
Okay, now that statement alone tells me he's out there.
Just because, you know, they're told to hate it. It's like, no, we could use our own fucking eyes. We could see that Dragon Age the Veilguard looks like shit.
drowning in lethal levels of insincerity, or assumes the audience requires a helmet to access a service running on Wi-Fi. But if you're familiar with these types, the arrogant yet
Raisin says, the consumer who didn't design it made the game worse somehow. Basically.
bizarrely disconnected behavior will not seem strange to you. And so he decided to respond to one of Vara's videos on a live stream. Needless to say, it did not go well.
David Jaffe melts down over Veilguard's failure. All right, maybe I did. Let's find out.
Jaffe is salty. David Jaffe is salty that average people can take to social media and voice their opinions, and he is getting angry that companies may start actually listening to gamers after the multiple failures they've had over the years. And now, of course, he is...
And then this year alone, there are so many woke flops this year. I mean, let's start it off like this. First, we had Sewer Slide Squad kill the Justice League. Then we had Concord. It's not exactly in order, so to speak, of release date. Then we had Concord, Dustborn, Dragon Age: The Veilguard, bunch of other indie woke slop games. Yeah, I mentioned Dustborn. Don't worry, Hanok. I haven't forgotten about Chaz's favorite game. Flintlock Seeds of Dawn, Unknown 9. I'm trying to remember some more. They're not popping in my head right now, but I know there are a lot more. And soon we're going to have GTA 6 Rainbow Edition. Oh, no. GTA 6 is going to be woke. I heard that. I thought people were joking, but I also thought that, you know, GTA was somewhat satirical. I mean, if you see the trailer for GTA 6, I'm like, whoa. This might be a bit more based than I thought it was, if you're going to take it as a comedy.
Blaming YouTube grifters for killing Dragon Age: The Veilguard when it simply was a trash game.
Now it's going to be too damn woke, and it's not going to be like anything satirical. They're not going to be making fun of it. That blows. That honestly blows. Yeah, I'm not going to buy it then. Yep, rip GTA. It died at 5.
Notice the nod of agreement at the word grifter. Is he going to dispute any of that? No. Listen to this, because this is hilarious.
Okay, so I want to be clear. I've made a video. I even made a follow-up video because I've talked about as I've been playing, and I'm not very far. I mean, I'm far that I can judge it enough, which is 23 hours in, but I think it's like a 40, 60-hour game. But yes, allow me to mansplain to her. Well, I'm not mansplaining.
Well, yeah, I know that 5 is a good game. I'm just saying, like, after 5, like the series really went into the shitter. I mean, you had the poor excuse of the GTA 3 remasters, which I still think they're patching that up. I still believe that. I know there's GTA Online, and I hear that's doing all right. But yeah, I don't have any hope for the future for GTA.
Other than she's talking about my opinion, so I think that kind of, you know, gives me a pass.
I don't know how the hell that gives you a pass.
This guy has no idea what he's on about. Guy's a washed-up game director. Of course he's gonna not know what he's talking about. He was developing games at a different point in time. Back when games focused on gameplay.
So you're both discussing opinions here, Einstein. And what if your opinions are objectively wank? Food for thought.
So anyway, though, my take on Dragon Age is that there are 3 things that really harmed it, right? 2 of them I would put square in the lap of EA and the current BioWare. One of them is, and again, I am not a big Dragon Age guy. I've only played Inquisition and now...
Hasn't even played Origins. so he knows nothing about the franchise. Noted.
The writing is aspects of the writing when it comes to the tonality, I think, are terrible in Dragon Age. I certainly think the push-up barf scene is terrible. I haven't even gotten to it yet.
Oh my god. Did we at all look at any of the cutscenes of Veilguard? They feel like just BlueSky the game.
Got that character into my party, so I don't know if everybody sees that scene or do you have to make certain choices. But yeah, it's there's some.
They probably would try to push everyone to see the pulling a barf scene. I hated seeing that. I hate all the scenes where it's like, I'm non-binary.
Really bad writing in the game.
I can't stand
as it relates especially to kind of tonality, and just being kind of like, weird, just like a young adult fantasy novel.
So even you admit the game is...
Dragon Age the Veilguard is not for young adults. It's far too, I guess, sexual.
badly written and parts are cringe and weird. Okay, so what exactly separates you from any of the other gamers except your proclivity to feel amorous around rainbows? Anyway, let's see how he uses the word grifter.
But yes, I will call you a grifter, and my definition of grifter I think is correct. If it's the wrong term, educate me. Let me know what term I'm looking for. But is someone who lies in order to make money, basically.
That's called the politician, you dillweed. Secondly, what you're talking about here are opinions. Which begs the question, who or what is your arbiter of truth? Because by this metric, you can't even define what a grifter is because your criteria for lying is not concrete. It's completely subjective. Hell, you don't even mention any of this.
Oh, 1 second. Just gonna fill up my drink. Okie dokie. Let's continue.
So-called lies. Here's why I hate this politicization bollocks. It destroys the meaning of words. Because let's be real here. This is basically the gaming equivalent of everyone I don't like is a fascist.
And if you are sitting there and you don't really have a lot of nuanced thought about a game that runs for 40 hours,
Ludo 57 joined.
parroting a bunch of shit, I would say that you're grifting. So
Okay, listen here, you stupid asshole. I'm from South Africa, which means
All grifter means is that you don't believe in what you're saying, and you do that so you could get money. That's what a grifter is. I wouldn't say Vera Dark is a grifter. I thought she was initially, but no. After doing some more digging, it's like, nah. I wouldn't say that.
I have God-tier pattern recognition, and seeing as you insult Vara for her apparent lack of thinking capacity, allow me to educate your offensively grotesque and ignorant ass, seeing as unlike you, I am a veteran of the Dragon Age series, except for the last one, which I shan't play for obvious reasons. It's a simple matter of this thing called lore. In Dragon Age 2, the Kunari looked like this. Roided to the gills, a horde of tough bastards, horned warriors galore. Whereas this is a...
What the hell is this?
What is that? This is nothing like this. Why? Why do the Canary look like this now? This looks badass. Like, this is intimidating. I would not want to fuck with that thing. But this... What is this? I could kick this thing's ass several times. Why does it look like that? Why does it look like Greta fucking Thunberg? Why?
a fucking abomination. I don't wish to play an emaciated freak who looks either high as balls or like they're missing a chromosome. If I see several products all repeatedly covered in horse shit, I don't need to sample it to know it's horse shit. And lastly, your definition of grifting was someone who lies to make money. Parroting is not synonymous with peddling a falsehood, you moron. You see, this is why I can't do the gaming content regularly. Can try and spoil the audience maybe once a month with some rage. But every time I peek into this sphere, I'm reminded of the
I do love it when you rage out, Spoon. It is quite humorous.
fact that it's full of people thick as porridge.
Like if you were watching a real journalist, not that she claims to be, she would say,
It has Down syndrome.
hey, David Jaffe is a guy who's taken to YouTube or social media a lot in the last couple of years and making it clear just how little or how much it bothers him that gamers' voices matter. For example, did you see this when he said this? Or we can't forget when he said this. Well, you're not going to believe that the old man is doubling down. Here's what he said today on his latest video about Dragon Age Veilguard. That's what you do. That's how you get it done, Vera Dark. But sure, go ahead and just toss out slop without.
Do the math. Man, it does boil down to like who somebody would actually want to hear. And I don't think a lot of people want to hear the opinions of some washed up game dev who is just riding on, Twisted Metal and God of War's success. I don't think there's an audience, a small one, but there's more of an audience for a suave aristocratic utensil being real about our political climate. And keep in mind, like Spoon said, he's only been doing this since like 2020. And he's at almost the same amount of subscriptions as David Jaffe.
Without any desire to back it up with facts. Let's continue. Oh, sorry. Let me make sure you can understand it, Vera. Now let's continue.
Given the fact that she's more known and watched than you, trying to get...
Oh boy, it's trying to insult. The game developer does not know how to insult people.
Give her
Unlike
advice
yours
in a
truly,
condescending
her
manner
Spoon.
makes you seem like a massive
And probably
twat.
Vera.
And by the way, this whinging, hissy bitch fit would be best served at...
Speaking of Vera, I remember the time when Alyssa Mercante, the Kotaku whore, tried to challenge her to a fight. Vera was gonna get ready to train, and it was like, oh, I was actually kind of looking forward to seeing it. But Alyssa, like the cunt that she is, decided to back down like a coward. And she still does this. She still is trying to like pick fights with people, and then when they actually want to fight, she always bitches out. She's never gonna fight anybody. She only just wants to be behind Twitter.
the end of the video if the claims remain unsubstantiated. You're here rambling on and we're not even 60 seconds into a near 10-minute video, you impatient wanker. This is why you watch a video before you react to it, so you can avoid looking like a rank amateur.
And now that, of course, we've seen failure after failure like Concord.
Now, every now and then, I do, like, first-time reactions to videos on stream. Actually, no, I think I've done that quite a few times. But even if you are watching it for the first time, it's like you do have to possess the wit. You do have to possess the wit to be able to comment on it. That's what I've learned, at least.
Or Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, Dustborn, The Veilguard. It's just infuriating him to an unbelievable degree, and now he's actually going on to blame YouTube grifters for killing this title.
Today in the news, YouTube grifters were found under a bridge. Were they dead? No, they were sucking off a hobo.
That's not all that funny. Like, dude, you are a guy, an old guy with a beard, trying to make fun of a young woman like Vera. You're looking like a fag, man. Just being honest.
What? What?
You were nodding in agreement with that earlier on. Let's see what you actually said, you donut.
The charismatic grifters that make the videos that for whatever reason people respond to. I was responding to somebody in the chat asking, did I think that the social media grifter types had harmed and been the cause of Dragon Age Veilguard not doing that well at sales? And so I was responding to a direct question, and my answer is, though, yeah, I think they contributed. So I want to just be clear on that. That's where it came from. I think that the people who have not played the game and think that if they tune into a certain streamer that I would call grifter, I do know what grift means, by the way, but I'll address that in a moment.
No, you don't. You don't use the word for the rest of the damn video. You.
That's how you know it's a bad video. Like, I know for me, like for my videos that I make, I don't have a script. I could tell he doesn't script his videos. And if they are scripted, they're very poorly done.
Whine about the tone of the game compared to the rest of the franchise, which you admitted you haven't even played, and you take issue with the people pointing out the propaganda. And never do you bother to explain why we are seeing modern-day slop in a game set in a medieval fantasy setting. But you claim to disagree with people you label conspiracy theorists, yet you don't explain what they think or why.
So basically someone like David Jaffe, he is, like, he will acknowledge... actually, let's bring up a different game. Let's bring up Concord. So oftentimes what leftists or more, politically neutral people will say why the game failed. And I wouldn't say they're wrong. Bad character design, a game that should have been free to play, but was actually charged $40 or $60, however much it was. Generic looking gameplay, it's uninspired. That's all true, but they intentionally leave something very important out of it. They don't think about why the character design is bad, because if they started thinking about why the character design is bad, well, that they'd be one foot out the door of leftism and probably start their journey to reality. So they don't bring it up. They don't bring up the obvious problem of the wokeness in the character design. Yes, it's bad, and even if those characters were like white, they'd still be bad. They'd still look bad. But the problem is that the characters are, it's obvious. It's so fucking obvious that these are just blatant token characters.
It's 7 minutes of code polished off with "but my bigots," and that's it.
Episode 69 idea: antinatalism leftists. That's an interesting suggestion. I think we'll do that for episode 70. I already have an idea for episode 69. It's going to be a lolcow based one. But going back to Dragon Age the Veilguard, there are some leftists that are honest about why the game is bad. Like, from an obvious gameplay standpoint, it's like every other Western RPG. Doesn't do anything to stand out. But they never talk about the wokeness. You'll never see someone like Actman or Bellular talk about that the game is fucking woke.
I'm one of the grifters he's calling out, even though his definition of a grifter is somebody sitting online, making videos, talking about a game, when he's literally doing the same exact thing. Now,
let's be clear. Is that my definition of a grifter? Where are you getting that, Veradark, from?
Now hold on, let me play this next part, because I want to roast him with his own attempt at humor.
Look. Here's, again, Vera, I'm going to give you a little bit of an education here.
God, you're such a smug prick.
Jaffe's definition of a grifter is literally sitting online talking about games. You don't believe me? Not a problem. Veradark here for you with all the facts. Check it out. Here's where he defined grifter 2 years ago. Didn't think we'd find this, did you, Jaffe? But I'm good at my job.
Yes, I am.
And then I go into a clip where I say exactly what she said. I've never defined.
That perfectly timed Ed, and Eddie clip. Great, phenomenal show, if I say so myself. One of my favorites growing up.
Grifter is that. A grifter is somebody who makes money off people by lying to them. That's what they do. A grifter is not someone who sits in front of a camera and talks about video games. Fair.
That's the big thing. You need to show evidence for your claims. If you are claiming that Vera Dark is lying about you, you need to show the receipts that, she is lying. But, he never brings that up, so...
Dark. You just don't know how to do this!
Yeah, keep using that whiny voice when talking about someone whose size and...
You don't know how to do this. You don't know how to do this. It's like, yeah, she clearly does know how to do YouTube, considering that, she has a higher sub count than you, David Jaffe, and she gets a lot of views on her videos.
View count dwarfs yours, pal. I'm sure that'll boost your numbers. And trust me, he needs it. And seeing as I'm rather competently skilled in the art of narrative weaving, let me try and piece together this here, seeing as you absolutely suck at this. You said in your own words, a grifter is someone who lies for money. The problem is you never stated what the lies are, and so this claim rings hollow. You also said that people respond to the so-called grifters and they are influencing something, yet you seem to remain stumped as to why. So either these so-called grifters are exceptionally skilled at their craft, being able to grow an audience on a stack of never-ending lies, or you are reeking of disingenuousness and or you're really stupid.
It's the latter. When it comes to, people like him and, a bunch of other leftists, popular leftists on, Twitter, it's always that their takes reek of being disingenuous. It's always that. These people are incapable of being honest.
Which do you think is more likely? Because my word, if after 10 years you still don't know what irks a gamer, you really are hopelessly irrelevant. So yeah, there you go. That explains her conclusion. Hopefully that cleared that up. You know what he hasn't cleared up? The lies these so-called grifters keep telling that make them so terribly popular. However, what really kicked this gimp into the spotlight lately, naturally for all the wrong reasons, was this.
I was not sexist to Vera. Stop the clowns. I was not. I was mean to her. Trust me, because I was worried because I knew people would think I was.
Oh, I would...
Oh, I was mean. I swear, this is another trick that leftists love to do. Especially when they're trying to, apologize to, them being cannibalized because they're not left-wing enough. They love to... They love to dodge the, accountability or whatnot. It's kind of their specialty. Been doing that for decades.
Wonder why.
You are in that chair, Vera, because of your hair and your face and your gender.
And all of a sudden they know what a woman is.
Yeah, that's something else too. It's like suddenly they know what a woman is. I love seeing when leftists pull that card. It's like, so now you know what a woman is? I thought you didn't. The cuck chair, says Henoch.
The tolerant left for you people. Hell, even I don't say that. But hold on, there's something he said earlier which made this even worse.
You sound like somebody who got caught in a... You sound like somebody that was pulled out of a 1940s movie that was told by Louis B. Mayer to do the transatlantic accent because that's how people talk in the movies, and somehow you can't break out of the time loop.
What? What kind of insult is this? Seriously, what kind of insult is this?
I think it's ridiculous the way David Jaffe made this name.
The whole, when good insults don't take forever to do. You call them a faggot and you're done with it. That's what I usually do.
But
it's better to pepper insults throughout a video than just having one big section of the video be insults.
I'm very dark.
He's trying to sound like Dreamy Boy right here. Like, no, I know. He's trying to do that Dreamy Boy clip. but he's failing miserably.
Reporting.
Ooh, very mature. Keep going.
And do I think Trump's assassination was staged? I don't know. But I'll make a deal with you.
What the hell is this?
What? I don't know. That's also very disingenuous. It's a very disingenuous response.
If you think that's beyond the pale and hard to believe, I don't know, then, you know, you guys talking about, hell, going back to Barack Obama not being a citizen, or you guys talking about kids going to school and coming home a different sex. You really want to go toe-to-toe with which political party, Vera, offers up a trough of horse shit? Who's got the most horse shit?
This is what we call...
What is he talking about? And also, giant projection right there. It is the left and the Democrats that are, you know, are really pushing the propaganda here. And we could look a little bit beyond that if you want to, notice, so to speak.
Ideological possession, because the Democrats literally run on social engineering and ignoring every facet of objective reality.
I mean, you're not educated enough. You're not bright enough, Vera.
Projection right there. I don't know how you managed to get a job. Maybe your IQ wasn't deteriorating like it is here when you were making Twisted Metal and God of War. But I think it's starting to get into midwit levels here. Probably double digits. Oof.
To talk to me or to talk about what I talk about. You're just not. You are not. And I'm going to fucking look. You are a somewhat attractive woman with a really great head of hair. That's why you have an audience. You're
I mean, well, I guess, I mean, an attractive host of something will get you an audience, but that's not why her audience is staying. Like, I don't think he understands why Vera is popular in the gaming discourse sphere.
voice could literally get Putin to back out of the Ukraine. The Ukraine was a boy band from the 80s. Ukraine, right? You have about as much mental capacity as a spider that I killed in my shower this morning. It's the goddamn truth, Vera.
Okay,
What?
let's see if I can sum this up. Earlier, you held up a book explaining how Trump's rallies being political stagecraft is akin to wrestling kayfabe was groundbreaking, which would lead me to conclude you're a political novice, you know nothing about politics. Telling her she needs to read to understand
really
the basics
doesn't.
of charisma suggests you have the social skills of an orc. You insulted her voice and said she only has an audience because of her face, hair, and gender. She has the mental capacity of a spider, and you told her to go fuck herself. As you strawman her and called her to question the validity of a former president surviving an assassination attempt, and compared that to potentially forged documents. All the while you called her uneducated and not bright enough to talk to you.
Once you start to put the pieces together like Spoon did, you realize that most people don't really know what they're talking about when it comes to politics. They really don't. I would not recommend you get your political insights from a washed-up game developer. Just my recommendation. There's smarter people you could listen to. Like me. No, I'm kidding. I know nothing.
Delusions of grandeur does not even begin to describe you, Sunshine. You know, given the current state of gaming, the irony of him saying an attractive female will garner an audience will no doubt sail merrily over his head.
Yeah, so like the Popo says you implied that she only has a channel and audience because of her hair and her looks, and because she's a woman. That's not sexist. That's not misogynistic.
Yes.
Maybe
Eat
that'd
him
be
alive,
wise. And he didn't
leftists.
imply it, he outright said it. But let's hear one last stupid thing from this dork.
His definition of a grifter is somebody sitting online, making videos, talking about a game, when he's literally doing the same exact thing. Now,
what a giant cell phone right there. Like, if that's his definition of grifter, it's like, oh my god, that is a giant cell phone. Cell phone, not cell phone.
I live stream.
Okay, I just want to be clear because her saying that I use that definition is not accurate, because now she's going on to saying I actually played the games and streamed them. I'm like, great. But if you played the games and then you were manipulating data you have in order to make money, you fit the definition of a grifter.
How in fuck's name did you get to that conclusion? How the hell do you manipulate data in a live stream, you twat? That is the most transparent thing any gaming critic can do. You know, I'll end with this. I'm not...
I swear, Jaffe must be high off of something. That's a go-to insult for me. It's like, when somebody is saying such retarded shit, my first thing that I say is, are you high? And there's a good chance that David Jaffe is high, because he reasons like a stoner.
Not exactly a fan of the people whining about DEI all the damn time, and yet still they buy the games and play it for an audience. That does seem ever so slightly hypocritical.
Better that you, if you do play these horrible woke games, just fucking pirate them. Just fucking pirate them.
Now, with that being said though, I'm gonna steelman this because I'm such a charming gentleman. I'll try and find the good in anything. Unless you're Hassan Pike, in which case you can fuck off. As much as I may find it hypocritical, let's be honest, a handful of big content creators buying this is like chucking a pebble in the ocean. It's not going to stuff any developers' coffers anytime soon. However, it does rather tickle me to know when these plebs look up the inferior slop they crank out, it's played and dominated by streamers who make them cope and seethe. And so it does bring me a smidgen of joy knowing it really pisses off a whole horde of rejects who I can't bloody stand. Cheers for watching, and once again, I apologize
for nothing. Another excellent video from Spoon here. We do have one more segment here. Let me just pull that up. We're gonna go to the Libs of BlueSky account. So, gonna look at that for the remainder to like 8. And then we're gonna end the show a little early. I told you it was gonna be a bit on the shorter side. Let's read the pinned tweet, first of all. Actually, no, let's read the description. I'm getting ahead of myself. The left are flocking to their safe space. BlueSky, I will be sharing the best of their deranged posts and exposing their insanity for all to see. Must have been a different account before. Became Libs of BlueSky. I don't know who needs to hear this, but trans women are men. Trans men are women. There's no such thing as a trans child. Men don't belong in women's sports or bathrooms. Men can't get pregnant. OnlyFans people aren't models. Like and retweet if you agree, which I like. And I will retweet. Okay, so apparently loving your 4-year-old son is a bad thing. They're calling him a human shield. Elon Musk with his 4-year-old son, XA12, appeared together on Capitol Hill Thursday for a Doge meeting, but you could call him Human Shield. It's easier to pronounce. How disingenuous. Once again, people like Christopher Webb, they are very much disingenuous retards. This is how they think they're being funny, but in reality, they're insufferable pricks who most people want to, punch his face. Let's be real. They want Notre Dame to burn. Dogan wants to lock Trump in and burn it down. Hi, I'm French and would like Notre Dame to burn down again. I'm going to burn down Notre Dame again. Why do these people want to burn one of the oldest churches? It already burned once, and leftists were really happy about that. Even when I was an atheist, I was like, honestly, this sucks. It's sad that this happened. That's the thing when you actually care when you actually care about history, you tend to care when historic buildings are being destroyed. Of course, it's because Ma Trump is here. Oh God. If you're not on BlueSky by now, you're missing out on this. Remember when these posts when the big names say they're moving to BlueSky? This is what they're associating themselves with. The swear jar. Give a dog a...
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert, class!
I'm not reading that. That's gross. That is very gross. And BlueSky is gonna let that proliferate. Let's see. Direct threat on Elon Musk. Doesn't try to mask it at all. If you see this, repost it. The FBI needs a dedicated team for that website. Sir Super Pro Assassin took his mask off in Starbucks. Like I said, amateur. And then some guy says, Elon, you're next? I swear, these people are just they have very... The way that these people use social media, it's very much like a maladaptive coping mechanism at the fact that, they lost the election. That's basically what they're using it for. And keep in mind, these people don't really have good coping mechanisms to begin with. Insane cope from Art Candy. Trump, Elon Musk, and many world leaders, including their beloved Zelensky, attended the reopening of Notre Dame. Somehow that makes Trump a disgrace. Guess who didn't attend? Joe Biden. Why the fuck is Donald Trump in France for the reopening of Notre Dame and meeting with President Macron? What a total disgrace. Oh boy. We're gonna put on the circus music again. Okay, play. A synagogue in Melbourne, Australia was deliberately... Synagogue. Fair. I'm gonna be fair about this. Was deliberately set alight with people inside. Here is one reaction to the attack. Burn, baby, burn. Probably some from pro-Palestine retard. Look, I don't think arson's okay. Not one bit. Not the biggest fan of the Jews, but I still think that this is absolutely horrific and not the correct reaction to people being burned. If you're unable to put your prejudice aside, and see a tragedy for what it is, it's like, I don't know, I can't help you there, mate. People are removing their fake pronouns because that fad is quickly ending. This person didn't get the message and thinks there must be something wrong with in Insta. Did Instagram take pronouns away? I see the option to add them, but many people seem to have disappeared. Oh, lordy. Next cope. According to this genius, denying trans kids their genders and transition healthcare is sexual abuse. Oh boy, guys are probably... I mean, look at this guy's profile. Guy probably thinks he's a kid. Probably into lolicon as well. Ugh. Parental rights always mean the right to physically, emotionally, mentally, and sexually abuse children. Denying trans kids their gender and their genders and transition healthcare is sexual abuse. Full stop. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy was a quote-unquote map. Clown world at its finest, says Henoch. Yep, I agree. Aaron Reed wrote this article and massive thread because apparently Nancy Mace used a slur targeting trans people. Apparently saying tranny is a slur. That's news to me, and judging by the search results on BlueSky, it would be news to most of them too. Yes, I am playing the circus theme, Henoch. Yeah, the one from Wario World. Yesterday, Nancy Mace used a slur targeted at transgender people in response to bathroom sit-ins. The slur was posted to her official account, which could pose trouble for her as clear evidence of discriminatory animus in her anti-trans legislation. Ugh. Okay, is Troon acceptable for you people? I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, I can play the actual circus theme. This is a proper clown show. Perfect, perfect. BlueSky had landed on a name for their post. The consensus is post will be known as a skeet. The only problem is that skeet is slang for ejaculate. At this point, they are trolling themselves. Oh, man. Sorry, guys. It's 100% gay. And it's just this Troon saying, liking trans women is not gay. Probably followed by a thirst trap. Okay, gotta turn down the volume a teensy bit. There we go, perfect. Today's winner is Jesse Engel, most blocked account in the last 24 hours. Who is that? Ah, journalist. I make text and voice words. Ah, gotcha. He's a writer. Oh boy, I thought this was like Big Joel for a second. They look so fucking alike. This is not a parody account. Have a read of this derangement. Hi, new followers. I'm Clay. They, them. I'm a non-binary pantheist communist with an MA in philosophy and about half of an MSW. I talk politics, mental health, nature, science, Buddhism, and Buddhism? Oh, boy. Ugh. Fixed it. Great Great idea. Move them all to a deserted island somewhere. Then again, since most Troons are men thinking they're women, they might be able to build a civilization, albeit not a functional one, because they're going to be busy masturbating most of the time. Most Troons are porn addicts, people. Okay, this is kind of funny. How the fuck did a generation raised on South Park and Family Guy become so offended by everything? Good question. How many virtue signals can you fit in one post? I'm a white cis man. I've had body issues due to my weight for decades, but I also have a ton of privilege due to my gender and race. As an informed ally, god damn it, it's my duty to use that privilege to stand up for marginalized people and amplify their voices. Trans rights are human rights. Simple as that. This person wants Trump, J.D. Vance, and every Trump voter dead. So joyful, so positive, so welcoming. I don't think the FBI or the Secret Service are going to do anything about it, unfortunately. Hi, guys. I feel a little better now. Might not kill myself, but I will fight tooth and nail until Trump is dead, and so is J.D. Vance, and so is every single person who voted for Trump. Observing the Sky says, how do you plan to accomplish this? By fighting for it. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Kids really should not be on the internet. They really shouldn't be. Troon writes and demon writes, says Hanok. And Postnut says, sometimes you gotta goon. Postnut, never goon. Haven't those AI Despicable Me gifs taught you anything? Never goon. things aren't going well over there. Oh, from Insane Cope. And then we have, oh, god damn it. Catholics for Choice. This group of people, I really don't like this group of people. They are basically saying literal blasphemy because their motivation is about baby killing. This is a holiday season. Remember that Mary had a choice, and so should you. Blasphemy. Fucking blasphemy. Catholicucks. King Resist is giddy. Elon Musk is apparently losing his ass on his X investment. With that purchase, Elon won the election for Trump and has a seat next to the most powerful man on Earth. Not to mention saved free speech for the most part. Plus, he is worth 354.9 billion. I'm so giddy inside. Elon Musk is losing his ass on his Twitter investment. Fuck Elon Musk forever. I'm telling you, BlueSky is nothing but Elon hate, Trump hate. For so much for a welcoming community. BlueSky is full of bots, and they're finally realizing that all that engagement is fake. The fall is glorious to watch. It's amazing how quickly the site is becoming as polluted as X. 3 weeks ago, my threads were clean as a whistle. Now they get stacked up with bots. Fun times. The fight for democracy takes place online, every bit as it does anywhere else. If it didn't, then accounts it wouldn't be targeted. Oh boy. So, yeah, I told you, just like Mastodon before it, full of CSAM and bots. Sounds like they think almost 300 kids getting top surgery per year is not significant. I think 1 per year is too high, and I agree. Kids should not be getting their healthy breasts or genitals altered or lobbed off. A health insurance database of 300 million Americans, i.e. almost everyone, found fewer than 300 top surgeries for minors per year. Kids are already getting these surgeries in exceptional circumstances only. Ugh. You're all trans misogynists? If you don't like trans puppy girls, you're transphobic and a trans misogynist, full stop. Avril Lavigne was rocking dog collars with tags, and Joan Jett was singing about pet play decades ago, and there was never any discourse. God damn it. These people think they're quirky, but no, they're just annoying. Okay, the song's starting to drive me insane. Oh, boy. A few more posts. We're gonna go for a few more posts, then we're gonna wrap up the stream. I'm absolutely terrified. How brainwashed are these people? This is what privilege looks like. I am absolutely terrified, and I'm not afraid to say so. I'm horrified of all this. I can feel in every bone in my body. I'm terrified as a black woman, and I demand time to grieve this. I'm not running to the front lines of everything. Oh boy. No, you're not some super special soldier. Oh, it's this Troon. I know who this Troon is. He's not a good guy, by the way. He does have a Kiwi Farms thread. This clown wants nuclear war. Fuck it, why not? Maybe because countless thousands will die and will trigger a world war. Slava Ukraine! The bombs get dropped and poof, Ukraine is gone. I don't want that to happen. Oh, Daniel Penny manslaughter case dismissed. And I know it's a little off topic, but shit, that's actually really good. Okay, last post. This trans thing is nothing but a cult. Hey, unrelated to anything at all, completely randomly, death before detransition. So that's a man saying this. Totally unrelated. Hell yeah, solidarity, sister. Oh my god. Alrighty. I've personally had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough. Boy, that was, I will say, that was a rather entertaining stream, if I do say so myself. I wasn't like ball busting laughing because, a little hungover, but I would say this was pretty informative, all things considered. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the show too. Actually, let me just check my Twitter feed. Alrighty. But yeah, hopefully you, Henok says, "Boo, we want more segments." You'll get your segments next week, Henok. For now, I need to I do need to get going. I think I know next weekend it's gonna be you're gonna get the Game Awards stream too, Henok. It's gay not to have more segments. The segments are gonna be made up with the Game Awards and the show next week. All right. But yeah, the Game Awards are gonna be fucking awful. I know that much. It's going to be. Okay. Let me make some before I do get going. You are gonna get a tiny little segment here, Henok. Here's my predictions for the Game Awards. There's gonna be more black female protagonists. There's going to be a lot of woke bullshit for the announcement. Dragon Age: The Veilguard is going to get Game of the Year. Though I do have a positive prediction too. I do think the next character coming to Guilty Gear Strive, Venom, his character trailer is going to be revealed, so that's going to be pretty cool. Elfelt Valentine had her trailer revealed at the Game Awards, so I think it's fitting. Arc System Works has really been ramping up the advertisements when it comes to the Game Awards and Summer Gay Fest. But I think also I was gonna say there was gonna be another Muppet guest star. I was right. I don't know why. Look, I like the Muppets, but I don't know why they're always at the Game Awards. It doesn't really make much sense to me. I do predict that there will be a lot more cringe from the Game Awards themselves. I think there's going to be at least one long speech. I also think that I do think that Hideo Kojima is going to show up again. I know Geoff Keighley and Hideo Kojima are pals, I think. What else? What are my other predictions that I have for the Game Awards? Oh yeah, I think there's going to be way too many musical numbers that don't need to be there. Why? Why are there so many musical segments? I remember when I was watching the Game Awards with Manic, and I think Glitch Poachers was there too. Yeah, the amount of musical numbers was just, dear God. At least I know the awards are gonna happen at like 7 p.m. Eastern. Though I'm starting the stream like beforehand. Probably gonna play. Probably gonna. Do I want to play Wario World? Maybe. Or Shadow the Hedgehog, or Mario Kart Double Dash. Maybe. Okay, I can answer your question before I get going. It is 8 o'clock. Opinion on removing Indian mascots from sports and schools. I don't think they should be removed. If you ask me, I don't really. To tell you the truth, I don't really care one way or the other. But anyways, I will catch you guys on Thursday for the Game Awards. So, yeah, see you guys soon.